to all the Form 5 students. Today we will continue with question number 9. So, given the function gx is a minus bx, this is a function where a and b are constant and b must be positive. More than 0 means positive. Alright, so we start with the function g. And the composite function, what it means by composite function? Composite function means, okay, for one function, you have the function and the object, which is x for gx, right? Okay, for composite function g2x, we don't read as g square, we read as g2. G2 means inside the function g, the object is gx. That is the meaning of composite function. So let's say we start with the function g with the object x in red color. Okay, so if gx, you follow the question a still a, minus still minus, b still b, multiplied by object. So the object is the x. Now for composite function, I'm going to sub the object, which is gx. Okay, so that is called composite function. It composes another function, right? It doesn't mean that g square. G square is totally wrong concept. So that means you sub the object gx into the function g. Okay, so after you sub, because you see your g bracket x, the bracket is the oval shaped bracket, so we will change the bracket to another type, which is rectangle bracket. Alright, so we try not to have two brackets which are the same shape. Okay, so I use a rectangle bracket. Then I put the object gx. Okay, gx, that is my object. One as a whole. Gx is a whole. It doesn't mean g times x. It's an object. So a minus b. Then the place of x you put gx. That is so-called composite function. Okay, so we actually write as g2x for composite function. If you sub 2 times, it will be g2. You sub another times, it will be g3. So we have g2, g3, g4. Alright, so then you see I just keep on substitute. So now I change the object to green color. Can you see that? The green color. I'm going to put the function a minus bx. A minus bx into the right hand side. The left hand side one is gx. So left go to left, right go to right. That's what I say. Do you understand that? So g to x is a minus b. When you see gx, you sub the a minus bx. Okay, a minus bx into the bracket, rectangle bracket like this. Okay, clear? So composite function means you sub the function into another function. But this one is you sub the g into g. So it becomes g2. So g2x is a minus, now we need to expand. Minus b times a is minus ba. You can write minus ab the same. Then negative and negative, you multiply is plus. B times b is b square. Okay, and the x without square. So this is my composite function that I got it by just sub the g into g, and I do it carefully. I got the composite function, which is g square, no, this is g2x. I cannot read as g square. Okay, so the g2x is given, right? It's given in the question, gave in the question. It's 9x plus 8, right? So you just copy the 9x plus 8 and substitute, and then you do comparison. Again, we are doing like vector, you see or not? So for composite function like this, we actually work out the composite function, then we use the answer given. Okay, you don't start from 9x plus 8. Alright, 9x plus 8 is the answer given to you, so that after you obtain your composite function, you can do comparison. Now you see I do comparison, my b is equal to 9, so b is positive 3 because b must be positive. Okay, so another one, you see I highlight in green color. Okay, we do comparison, number and number. The one with the x, we compare. Coefficient, we say coefficient. Coefficient is a number in front of the x. Number and number, I do comparison. So 8 equal to a minus ba. But the b already found by you, solved by you. B is 3 and b must be positive, so we choose 3. Then we substitute, we will get the answer. A is negative 4, right? A is negative 4. So the answer for values of A and B is A and B must be fine. You've got two values, one is A, one is B. A is negative 4 and B is 3. So you got two values for A and B, all right? Okay, for question number 11, you see this question is very easy, but many students never do it carefully. You must remember that this is involving money, so you need to be very careful. So we try to figure out carefully, because sometimes you are a bit confused with the first term, right? A bit confused, so you list out like this. Okay, February, you got 840, February. March, okay, your money is going to plus 204. So your money now become 840 plus 204. For April, for the next month, your money will, of course, increase from the March, which is 840 plus 204 plus another 204. Then from there, you count until December. So how many months? So the how many months is your end term. So Tn. So try to count now. So you have February, you have March, you got April, you got May, you got June, you got July, you got August, right? After August, September, October, November, and then December. So the end is how many months? So you need to be very careful, because this is involving money, so we need to count carefully. Alright, so after you count, you write your n is how many, then you apply into the Tn formula, because the question is asking the money in the bank, okay, at the month of December. So we want to find the T what? Until December, you count your n. Okay, if you count your n, then you write down Tn formula. Okay, A is 840, right? And then your D is the constant that you keep on adding, which is 204. So that is how the formula comes from A for the first term. Second term is A plus D, right? And then third term is A plus 2D. And then the n term is A plus n minus 1D. So until December, what is the n? So you just substitute into the Tn formula, and then you substitute your A, you substitute your D, and you will get the answer for the T for until December. Alright? So after I count, I got 11. So A is 840 plus 10, because 11 minus 1, okay? D is 204, so you press your calculator, or you can just sum up 840 plus 204. Okay, so your answer is, what is the answer? 204 times 10 is 2040, right? So you plus with 840, so your answer is a nice number, which is 2880. This is the money at the month of December. Okay, so hopefully in exam, if they set easy question like this, you don't make mistake easily. You have to double confirm, check carefully, especially the number of term. Alright, okay, good. Now we will start another question. For this question, find the range of values of n if the graph of the quadratic function, okay, they give you quadratic function in general form, so you are lucky, so you don't have to rearrange. Okay, when the curve does not touches the x-axis, that means you cannot find the intersection point. So if you cannot find the intersection point, it means you cannot have x. So there's no x means no roots. Remember what I say, x is the root. No root means no means less. B squared minus 4ac less than 0. This one you have to memorize. It is a concept. They won't give you, it's not a formula, it's a concept. So you have to remember, okay, no root less than 0. B squared minus 4ac less than 0. If equal root equal to 0. If two root, if they say intersect at 2 points, then it will be more than 0. Just memorize, okay? So if does not touch, then no root. Sometimes they will say does not intersect. Okay, that is the same. So now you read your A, you read your B, you read your C, right? And then you substitute into the B squared minus 4AC less than 0. Okay, this is a very important concept in additional maths. I'm sure they will test you. Either they test you equal root, no root, or two distinct roots. Sometimes they will say the curve does not touch the axis like this, or the curve touches at 1 point, or the curve cut at the 2 point, or intersect at the 2 point, or tangent to the curve. If tangent to the curve is equal root, okay? So now you expand carefully. I'm sure you expand carefully. You cross multiply carefully. You will get the answer for sure. Okay? So try to do more so that you can expand fast and less mistake. Okay? Like this. So you notice that 16n squared can be cancelled out. And left only very simple is negative 28n plus 8 less than 0. So how to solve this? Many of you forgotten that when you have a negative number, multiply or divide for inequality, you have to revert the sign. You have to change a sign from smaller to bigger. So the n will be more than 2 over 7. Okay? Please remember there are many things you need to memorize. So how to memorize the important fact, which are so many, is you have to make notes, make your important notes, write down in a book so that you can recall. Okay, another way is you keep on practice. Okay, there's another way is I shift the negative 28n to the right. So I will get 28n more than 8, okay? Because 28n is at the side, which is more than. Okay, the symbol is more than. So then if I solve, I will get the same answer. 28n is more than 8. So finally your answer will be the same, which is n also more than 2 over 7. So no matter how you do, you get the same answer. Okay, next we'll proceed to question number 15. For this question, it also tests you the concept of linear law. You must really understand what is linear law concept. So they give you a curve. A curve is not a straight line. And then they give you a straight line. Then they ask you, okay, how are you going to make the curve into a straight line? So when you have a straight line, you always have the y-intercept. Remember what I say. Always start with the y-intercept. You look at the y-intercept for the straight line. Isn't it 3? So if you see the y-intercept is 3, then how are you going to do with the non-linear equation to get 3? So that you can get a number which is 3. So you sure will know that you have to do something by multiply by x, right? If you multiply by x, you get a number which is your y-intercept. Y-intercept is a constant, is a c. So you will get the c. After you get the c, automatically you will see your big X is what, your big Y is what. So your big X is x squared and your big Y is xy. That is how you start. Always focus to the y-intercept. So it's quite simple if you understand the concept. If you don't understand the concept, you cannot do. Alright? Alright, for next question, this one is about the rate of change. When talk about rate of change for differentiation, the first step is you do dy dx. There are 3 steps. Step 1, differentiate. Find dy dx. Some of you forgot how to differentiate. Okay, so in exam, you are not well prepared. That's why you forgot. So now you see how I differentiate. 1 times 3x, 1 minus 1 minus 2x. Okay, and then the negative 1 minus 1 become negative 2. So you have take the power times 2 in front, then the power reduced by 1. For differentiation, you have to reduce the power by 1. Okay, don't do integration. So after you differentiate, you simplify first before you substitute the x. For sure they will give you the x. Okay, dy dx depends on x. Now let me explain to you dy dx. Okay, is 3 minus 2 over x squared. So you see the x is 2. So you have to sub the x 2 into the dy dx. So your answer is 3 minus 2 over 4, which is 1 over 2, right? Okay, after you got the dy dx, from the question, you see the x increase, right? With a constant rate 4, okay, you write dx dt. And then they ask you to find the corresponding rate of y, rate of y. So when you see rate, you have to divide by dt. Rate of y means you have to write dy dt. Okay, now you already got the dy dx, you have dx dt. So we want to find dy dt. So that is how you write dy dt equal to dy dx times dx dt. This is called chain rule, right? This is chain rule. So now we are going to substitute the information into the chain rule. So again, we want to find dy dt, you write like this. dy up, dt down, split out 2 terms. Then of course, you have substitute dx because we got 3 variables, okay, y, x, and t. So now we have dy dx ready, right? Just now, our answer is, what is our answer for dy dx? Okay, let's see our dy dx is 3 minus 1 over 2, 5 over 2. So we will substitute 5 over 2 times dx dt is given in the question. So 5 over 2 times 4, so your answer is 10. So dy dt is rate of change of y, rate of change of y. Rate means compare with the time. So you must over dt. So dy dt is 10. Rate of change of y is equal to 10. So that is how you do rate of change. So you have to memorize the step. Okay, you have to recall the step. Alright, now number 17. When you see equation of the curve, it means y. When you see gradient of the curve, it means dy dx. So you are given gradient, so you write dy dx. Alright, so you want to find your y from dy dx. The only way to find y from dy dx is integration. So we integrate the dy dx to get y. This is also concept. So you have to memorize it, and then you have to practice, have to use it so that you can memorize the concept. So I'm going to integrate right now. So my y is 12. How to integrate is you take the power plus 1 over power plus 1. So it's 12x 2 plus 1 over 2 plus 1. Okay? Plus 6x. Okay, the 6x, the power is what? So you take the power 1 plus 1 over 1 plus 1. So that is how you integrate. Alright, the power will raise by 1 and you have to divide by power being raised up by 1. And then when you integrate a number, you will get a number with the x. If you integrate 1, you get 1x, minus 1, you will get minus x. Okay, so plus c, don't forget. Now I want to find the value of c, so I have to substitute. The point is at 1, x equal to 1, so I substitute the x equal to 1 and I get the c equal to 5, right? So, and y is 11, right? So you substitute x1, y11, you get c5. Then after that, you just write again your equation y equal to 4x3 plus 3x squared minus x, okay, minus x plus 5, okay? Alright, I think I just missed out one question. So this is the last question that I will discuss for today. Diagram 3 shows the straight line AB which is perpendicular, again perpendicular, to the straight line CD at the point B. Alright, so you have one straight line in red color. There's equation given y equal to 3x minus 4. So that's equation of the CD, right? So I highlight the line using the blue color is another line, and the blue color is intersect the red color line at the point B. So when you see the word intersect, okay, the word intersect, you will think of using simultaneous. Okay, in additional maths, when you see intersect, you have many concepts about the intersect. One is, okay, two roots, right, intersect at 2 points, b squared minus 4ac more than 0. But here, intersect, it means that the two lines intersecting. So you have to use the concept of simultaneous equation. So first of all, you will wonder where to get the equation for the purple line. You don't have, right? But the keyword is perpendicular. Since you already got one equation, so you can read out the gradient, isn't it? So the gradient is 3. So remember perpendicular, m1 times m2 equal to negative 1. From there, you can get the m2, which is the gradient of the purple color line. Okay, so if they give you one equation, that means you can get the gradient from the equation because it's already in gradient form, y equal to mx plus c. That means the m is 3. So for red line, the m is 3. Now you need to find the gradient for the blue line, which is so-called perpendicular line. So if you remember what I say, we just write directly. How to write directly? If there is a 3, we will make it 3 down. And then if it is positive for m1, the m2 will be negative. Alright, so m2 will be 1 over 3 because m1 is 3 over 1. Because when you multiply, you must get negative 1. Okay, so you can substitute into m1 times m2 equal to negative 1 formula and get the m2 also. But you can also write directly if you know how to write the gradient. Okay, now I explain again. You have equation CD, y equal to 3x minus 4, right? Okay, so this is the red color line with the gradient 3. The m is 3, okay? The gradient of the line for the red line is 3. So, because you want to find the B, which is a point of intersection, you need to do simultaneous. So, you need to find another equation. So, the m2 is negative 1 over 3 because of perpendicular, right? Concept of perpendicular, m1 times m2 equal to negative 1. And then, because you want to form the equation, so you must find the point. And they gave you the C ready. So the C is 6, so you got no problem to write the equation. But make sure you know perpendicular. You must use the concept of m1 times m2 equal to negative 1. Then only you can solve your gradient and you write the equation for the blue line. Now, I'm going to form the equation for the blue line. so that I can solve the two equations simultaneously and get the answer for the point of intersection. So now, okay, let's form the equation for the blue line. Okay, there is a 0, 6. You notice that point A is a y-intercept. The line cut the y-axis is the point we call it y-intercept. That means C is 6. That means my blue color line equation can be written as y equal to negative 1 over 3x, okay, plus C. Okay, there are two lines. One is red color line and the other one is blue color line. Remember, this concept is very important. Two lines intersecting by each other, so we will use the simultaneous concept. Okay, you have to solve the simultaneous equation and find the coordinate x and coordinate y, and that point is the point of intersection. So many of you cannot do this question because you totally forgotten that when you see two lines intersect, you must use the concept of simultaneous equation. So you have to revise and well prepare for your exam so that you can answer. Okay. Now, okay, after you practice a lot, then you can recall easily. So the most important is you must keep on practice. Practice and practice. Alright? Okay. Now, so I will try to solve using simultaneous equation. Number 1, y equal to 3x minus 4. Another one is y equal to negative 1 over 3x plus 6. Then from the equation 1 and 2, you can use elimination, you can use substitution. I think I will use substitution because it's more secure to use substitution. Okay, so I will substitute 1 into 2. So I will go to 2 there, and then I will sub the equation 1 into the 2. And finally, I will get something like this. 3x minus 4 equal to negative 1 over 3x plus 6. And I will shift the negative 1 over 3x to the left. So it becomes plus. So 3x plus 1 over 3x equal to 6 plus 4. And finally, I will get 10 over 3x equal to 10. And x is equal to 3, right? Okay, after you got the x equal to 3, you must sub into either 1 or 2 to get your y. So your y is 3 times 3 minus 4 because your x is 3. So you sub x equal to 3 into your 1. Okay, so you get 9 minus 4, which is 5. Hence, you can say that the point of intersection, okay, the point where two lines cross each other, meet each other, or intersect is 3, 5. So you have to write the point in point form, 3, 5. Okay? So the point of intersection B is 3, 5. So we will solve the simultaneous equation to get the point of intersection. Okay? Please remember this because this is very important in your additional maths syllabus. Okay, so for this question, it actually tests you the concept of perpendicular. Okay, and also it tests you the concept of intersection of the two lines. Okay, how you solve the point of intersection. Okay, so I'm sure after you follow my teaching, you can memorize intersect. Okay, point of intersection, we must solve the simultaneous equation. Alright, so hopefully all of you can remember what I remind you here and again and again. So try to jot down in a piece of paper or stick on your table so that you can recall easily. Okay, so that's all my sharing for today. I wish you good luck in your exam. Okay, keep on practice from now so that you can get a good result in the coming SPM exam. Bye bye. Have a nice day.